Hello, I'm Rico Cavella, and I want to welcome you to this episode of the Fearless Aging Podcast, where my partner and I, John, we strive to offer you proven tips and strategies that you can implement immediately to greatly improve your overall health and well-being. So we're here to inspire you and empower you to become your best self so you can go out and make a bigger positive impact in the world. So, John, say hello, and then, as always, tell our audience about what our mission statement is for our shows.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Rico. And yes, I would definitely like to say our mission, and because we really are on a mission here. Our mission is to empower elders 60 and over to achieve optimal health, mental, physical, and financial, enabling them to live longer, healthier lives while sharing their wisdom to mentor younger generations and help solve today's global challenges.
All right. Okay. I want to play our sponsor's coffee MP4, and I can't find it. It's not in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look for it a little bit later when you're talking, and we'll pull it up.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
Well, so today's as you know, if you've been here following us and listening to all of our podcasts, this is number 9, and we've been going through basically our 10 or so steps that you need to master and implement into your daily life if you are going to uh, prevent premature aging and live a much healthier, energetic, long life. That's what this podcast is all about. We're here to help you. So we've been going through all the different components, and today we're on R and sleep, which is such a really really a big component. So before we get started, John, why don't you just talk a little bit about that, what we're going to go over, and then I got to find that video. Hold on a second, okay?
Okay, sounds good, Ricky. Yes, I would like to say that we are at a time in our society, in our world, specifically the United States, because we are, especially our elders, and we are at a point right now that we've had the worst decline in our life expectancy in over 100 years. So something is not right. And what Rico and I are representing right now is a disruption. We're going to be really flipping things over. And that's to each one of you who want to join us on this journey to be healthier. In fact, there is almost a frequency, almost a vibration in this world right now, and probably right around whoever we're speaking to right now, is that there is a trend towards being healthier because what we have done in the past has not worked. And what Rico and I are all about is we are really, even at our mature, knowledgeable wisdom type age, we are disruptive. We are going to be flipping the table and getting a mindset in each and every one of you who want to be healthier, who want optimal health. And that's where it starts, it's the mindset. And we will give you some really proven tools how to do that. And today we are talking about sleep. Sleep is one of the most vital things that we can do to upend and change the direction of our poor health.
Yeah, well said, John. Uh, well, let's just, I don't know what happened to that video, so we'll just have to mention that our show sponsor is Cafe Pure Coffee. It's a healthy coffee. It has cordyceps mushrooms in it, which you can't taste. It's a very tasty coffee. It has no acid in it. And the cordyceps mushrooms uh, help to enhance your immune system and also improve your brain function, your cognitive functions. So we definitely recommend that you give it a try. If you're drinking coffee, right, John, you might as well try some healthy coffee, and we'll talk more about that at the end, and we'll put where you can go and get your try the coffee out at a 25% discount. I think you'll really enjoy that. So at the end of the show, we'll let you know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I will definitely talk more on that. I just wanted to say the coffee is another good representation of our disruption and how we need to change our mindsets about our habits. And our habits have to be good habits if we want to be optimally healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so to start this all talking about rest and relaxation and sleep. I want to start by saying, one of my main mentors in nutrition, she was a naturopathic physician here in San Diego, and she told me that ideally we should have an equal amount of time for rest as we do for activity. Now, rest and also it includes sleep, but you don't have to sleep. Okay, so that'd be 12 hours each, 12 hours for being active for activity, and then 12 hours for relaxation and rest. And so if we recommend you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, a quality sleep, but then you should have at least then 3 to 4 hours of rest and relaxation where you calm your mind and do something that's fun and relaxing for the body. Because just as you said, John, we're so out of balance right now. Everybody's so stressed out, and everybody's in a rush, right? Everybody's rushing around and trying to accomplish so much. So it's a big factor in all this ill health that we have. So you got to turn off. You got to unplug for a while and do something like John. Play golf and do something that's relaxing and fun, or do something light like go for a walk, or dance, or listen to music, or just be still for a while. And so that's such an important thing. Uh, Give us some ideas of how you like to take time for a little rest and relaxation.
Yeah, that is so true, Rico. And today is a great example. I am a lifelong 65 plus years of playing golf. I absolutely love the game for all it
Yeah,
offers. It offers the things that we have in our lifestyles today that need to be really to a point where we can understand why we're doing them, that it does everything that Rico and I will be talking about in our podcast here and from ongoing and in the past is how we can get the mindset, get a change in our life so we can be healthier. And that's a key thing. So today, I played golf. I played golf 5 hours on the 4 hours on the golf course, hour to warm up, hour afterwards to kind of unwind and getting that social connection with my golfing friends. And the whole key is doing what you love to do. And if you can balance that out with the work, the busy lives that we do have, and then balance it out with, as you mentioned, Rico, is a balance is so important to be able to do things that you love to do, and then to also understand and know that if you push yourself too far, if you're going at such a pace that you're wearing your body out, listen to your body, listen to what it has to say, and just know in your mind that it's so important to get that rest, that R&R, so you can relax and reset and get ready for your next big energy pushing, whatever that is. Hopefully, something that you will align with who you are and something that you will love to do. And
yeah,
that's what
that's
I did today. That's what I wanted. I did today. Got off the golf course. I walk. I get exercise, and now I'm in a rest mode where I'm kicking back, and I will really sit back and really rest my mind and understand and enjoy what I did today to a point where I am getting some good R&R because I earned it, and that's kind of a discipline that you can also do.
yeah. And it's so good for both our physical and our mental health. Again, as we mentioned earlier, so many people are just so caught up and feeling stress all the time, and they never turn off. And really, life's not supposed to be a struggle. Life's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, obviously, it's challenging, and we have to go out and work and have activities and do things. But then you've got to take some time to enjoy yourself as well. So it doesn't matter what it is, as John said. It could be maybe like to play chess or just listen to music or anything. It's just where you can relax and just be still and just feel good and turn off all that thing that you think you have to accomplish because you don't really, right, John? It's just all in our mind that we think we have to do all these things and we really don't. Yeah.
That's
It's just
exactly.
it's just like that famous saying that nobody on their deathbed said, I wish I'd gone to the office more often. I wish I'd done more work. It's so funny. So everything in the universe is about being in balance. When we're out of balance, that's when our body breaks down. And same thing in the universe, right? When we get too much extreme weather, it's not good, right? Anything extreme is not good. So just slow down and relax for a little while, a little bit. I want to give some statistics here about sleep. It says there's been some recent studies from the National Sleep Foundation that almost up to 40 to 50% of Americans now suffer from some type of a sleep problem, from insomnia to sleep apnea to all different things. And they say 37% experience a lack of sleep so severe that their daytime sleepiness it interferes with their normal daily activities. And this percentage was like 50% in shift workers and 80% in nighttime workers. Uh, and there's also a statistic now. Before, it used to say most automobile accidents was caused by drunk driving. Now, most automobile accidents are caused by people falling asleep at the wheel. So we've really got to get a handle on this. So if you're having sleep problems, you really need to get some help. There's lots of new things out there. There's all different kind of things. There's some supplements, natural supplements you can try, but we will recommend that you consult with a sleep expert, a medical or naturopathic doctor that specializes in sleep because it's so important.
Yep. And what we're talking about here, again, Rico, is a lack of it's our lifestyles. And this lifestyle that you have just demonstrated here about falling asleep. I mean, that is a really startling statistic of 80%. 80% of nighttime workers report falling asleep while driving.
Yeah.
That's very, very scary. And what it is, it's a lifestyle that they have adopted that is not working for our for the majority of people in whatever way, in whatever shape or form it displays itself. And once again, if you look at the very, very big picture, is that we have to make these lifestyle changes. And that includes the lifestyle that we have to do. It includes a discipline for what we are all about. And it's about eating the right things. It's already, and it's also about exercise. It's about stress management. It's about proper sleep, which we are talking about today, but it all intertwines. And then, of course, the other two that we talk about in general about lifestyle medicine is to be able, lifestyles changes, is also to be able to avoid toxic substances by putting those into your body, as well as social connection. Those are all key points, but the sleep part is also so very important. And it's a discipline to know that they're all intertwined, because if you're not doing the other things that we're talking about, and you mentioned balance, Rico, and what that really means is that we have to really balance our lives in all of those categories as we change our lifestyle, and that includes discipline. And what we're talking about today is sleep. So we will talk a little bit more about that, about how we can make some action steps about how we can get better sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we do it, though, I want to just go give you just a little bit more statistics because this is so important. So we really want to drive this point home because it is such a huge problem. Again, almost half our population is not sleeping well and getting good quality sleep. So they've actually done clinical studies, and they tested people. They gave them a cognitive test after sleeping for 8 or 7 hours, or 6 hours, or 5 hours, and they found that for every hour other less than seven, you don't perform as well on a cognitive test. So you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I can get by on 4 hours sleep." They're just fooling themselves. So obviously, your brain's not going to function well if you're not getting a good sleep at least 7 hours. And here's one that's really kind of scary. It showed that, medical students are known to, because medical school is so stressful, they have to study so long, and they don't get enough sleep. But a long-term study with medical students who had sleeping problems and inadequate rest as young men in medical school experienced over twice the amount of clinical depression 30 years later compared to other students, to other people. So it's just well known how important sleep is. And and now I want to go to this. This is what I've always been one of my favorite sayings. Everybody knows that famous rhyme: "Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." That's so good, isn't it, John? That's so
Oh,
cool.
that's so true. That
Yeah,
is true. And yeah, what we're talking about really is really it's a discipline. And when you say 50% of our people don't get adequate sleep, actually that number even rises even more as we age and as we get over 60 years old, 70 and 80. You hear it consistently that people, oh, it's because I'm aging here, and that goes with aging, is you just don't get this proper sleep. I would hazard to guess that not only our audience right now is really struggling with that, but also the people that they know it's also just such a pervasive problem that needs to be addressed and needs to be fixed.
Yeah, no question about it. So we're not going to get into all the technical things of, how many hours you need in beta or uh, all the different REM sleep and all the different sleeping areas. But basically, it has been found that ideally is to sleep between 10 and 6. Anytime between those hours, usually you have the best chance to get the best restful sleep. And also, our bodies were programmed from the beginning, before we had electric light. When it gets dark, it's time to slow down and relax, and then get some sleep. And when the sun comes up, you should be ready to get up again. And our hormonal system is based on those kind of cycles. We wake up when the light comes on, our body's ready for action, and things start to begin to open up, and our hormone system. And so, ideally, I mean, you don't have to obviously go to bed now as soon as the sun goes down, or get up right away, but within reason. So it always knows that you get better sleep as you sleep around with the sun, because melatonin production is decreased when the body's exposed to light, and it's actually increased when it's exposed to darkness. So that's why you want to get into that cycle of getting quality sleep, and hopefully at least 2 or 3 hours before midnight.
Yes.
Uh,
What I'd like to do, if we could, Rico, is I'd like to share my journey of how I can get better at sleeping, and then I'd like you to share yours. And because
okay.
what we do is we have both of us are just like everybody else out there, is that we have to learn how to do these things. And for me and for us, and that's why we're here today, is to give people an idea of how sleep is so important. And people write it off. There's myths that say we need less sleep as we grow older, or we can make up sleep by sleeping in the daytime. Okay, those are myths. And what we need to do is today, what we're doing is we're going to give you an action step or two, and it comes from you to the point where now you have it in your mind that sleep is extremely important. And if you keep continuing to open your mind to learn that if you're not getting the proper sleep that you need, then you need to learn how to do that if you want to live a happier, healthier life as you go forward, especially as you age. That as we grow older, absolutely, it's a mind thing that you have to learn it that way. So this is what I do. I know that, from even today, if you can kind of position your life 10 to 6, that's what I do. I try to get to bed by 10, and I wake up at 6. And what I do is I just try to practice and get better at it. It's not the easiest thing to do because it does take discipline, it does take awareness, it does take something to do it consistently. Sometimes I get to bed at 10:30 and I still like getting up at 6, and I will get up at 6. So I'm between 7 and 8, but sometimes when I can get really solid about it, what I will do is I will turn off my computer. I will get off my computer maybe at least an hour before I go to bed. It
Yeah.
should be longer than that. And then from there, what I will do is I won't drink a lot of water because that will it makes me get up in the middle of the night at times. So I just keep practicing getting better at that. And then what I will do is I will wake up normally because I've got a lot of great things on my mind, and very fortunate that I wake up at about 5 o'clock and I try to get back to sleep, or I will meditate and I will lay in bed. And so my whole thing is if I can be in bed for 8 hours, 10 to 6. I don't necessarily sleep for those entire 8 hours, even though I get a lot of quality sleep now as I keep practicing. But what's happening now is that I will meditate and I will be in a dark room where at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, for instance, I put a smile on my face and I know that that's my meditation time to really, if I'm so excited about the things that I've been doing lately, is that I will think about how those things can even get better. So it's a practice.
Yeah, it's a practice. So, Yeah, that was really good, John. So real quickly, I want to go through some of these tips. And you already talked about train yourself to get onto a routine. But again, as I said before too, you don't have to. We don't indicate everything in moderation. You don't have to be extreme. Obviously, if there's some event going on, or you're at a party, you're doing something, you can stay up later. That's fine. But just as the majority of the time, just like everything, as long as you on the vast majority of the time you're eating healthy food and you're exercising and you're getting good sleep and all those things. You don't have to do, but it doesn't have to be extreme. And then another good tip is to, use your bedroom and your bed as a sanctuary. Don't use it for anything else but sleeping. Don't eat, don't work in your bed. All those things will definitely keep you from having good sleep when you go to bed. Also, the atmosphere is so important. You want to make it as dark as possible, uh, and quiet. And you want to keep your temperature kind of cool with fresh air. You don't want it to be too warm. And it's so important to have a healthy sleeping surface, a nice firm mattress. I think pure natural latex is the absolute best type of a bed to sleep on. It doesn't release any harmful chemicals like a lot of those foam mattresses do. And then again, also, both alcohol and any kind of uh, uh, caffeine or any kind of stimulus will definitely inhibit your sleep. And again, as John said, you really got to turn off your screens. It's well known that blue light from our computers and our phones really keep our brain highly activated. So take at least a couple hours to turn off your screens and do things like meditate or relax, have some relaxation, and then your body will be able to calm down and sleep really well. Uh, Again, don't eat. You shouldn't eat at least ideally 3 hours before you go to bed. And there's many different other things that you can do if you're having a lot of problems. But those are the basic. It's basic common sense, isn't it, John? Really?
It really is. And if you can just take, just like all the things that we are sharing with regarding lifestyle for us elders, is what really is important is to just take one little step at a time. Get it in your mind that you want to be healthier, you want to lead a healthier lifestyle, and just by practicing it and knowing that the very first step is in your mind that says, "I need to get better sleep. What do I need to do?" And this space right here, where we are right now, Rico, I really feel so privileged that we can share all this great information as we give people a peek into a route that is so different of breaking their habits. There's a lot of habits that people are not any longer, they're not serving them at all. And a great example of that is I'll use my own experience is alcohol. I thought, hey, having a drink, a glass of wine or something at nighttime is going to help me sleep better. Well, it's actually the opposite.
Yeah,
It does.
that's
So,
definitely true. So just to sum up, about the sleep thing is just really the main message here is that it's vitally important, for healthy aging and for functioning well in every aspect of your life. So if you are having sleep problems, get some help. It's vitally important. So that's the main message here. So John, we don't have a whole lot of time left. So let's talk a little bit about the Pure Cafe coffee, and then also a little bit about the wealth building opportunity.
yes, yes, absolutely. The neat thing about the coffee is another habit that 72% of people in this country today actually drink coffee. It's a tremendous beverage, the most popular beverage outside of water that is drank. And if we can just keep getting better at what you put into your body, and coffee is a great example, is that so many people put in cream and sugar or they put in other things into their coffee that's not good for them. And over time, that will take its toll on your health. Coffee alone is a very good uh, thing to put into your body. It's a whole food, plant-based type of coffee bean, and we also have cordyceps mushrooms. Just two ingredients. Knowing what you put into your body on whatever habit you have, and knowing that it's good for you is a great way. So yeah, our coffee is a great introduction. It's a great trigger. It's a great gateway into changing habits that might not have done you as good now as they have done in the past because of, we're 60 and over, for instance, or some of your loved ones are 60 and over, and you can really, observe this for yourself, but also how you can actually help some of our elders too about some of these habits that we're giving you these little tips. So what we have is Pure Cafe coffee. It's a tremendous product as far as there's no acid. It's got ingredients in it, two simple ingredients that are great for your the cordyceps mushrooms are great for your immune system to strengthen your immune system. It's also good for cognitive function, and it's also good for your stamina. It's really good for your libido. And at our age, nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of neat things that we have that we can offer in the Pure Cafe, and it can also just by sharing it with friends, and we can show you how to do that too. If your finances, if you'd like to get some extra revenue, or some of your people that could use an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, this is a tremendous opportunity to share something that is really a cutting edge opportunity because what we're doing is, again, we're being disruptive. We're getting away from corporate systems, a 9 to 5 job. And if you can work from home on something that you truly believe in, and that's really creating good habits with good nutrition and a good product, then we can assist you in also making some revenue and getting some recurring revenue, a passive income, whatever way you want to look at it. It's an ideal way to uh, help your finances.
Yeah, well said, John. Okay, we've only got about not too just a few minutes left to go. So I want to give you some exciting news. So, we've been giving you really great information, really about all the main components of building your own personal health and wellness program so you can enjoy a much healthier, energetic, long life, and as we like to say, make a bigger positive impact in the world. But we know too, just like, I mean, we're the same, just like you, everybody. It's one thing to get the information, and it's one thing to actually implement it. So it's really important, at least to get started with, is to get a coach. Coaching is known to be the surest and fastest way to achieve any goal. Just like all of our professional athletes and professional people have coaches of all different areas of their life. So we put together a coaching program. It's actually a new program we just put together. It's called Real Results Real Fast: How to Develop Your Wellness Lifetime in Just 21 Days. And we know the biggest excuses, for not hiring a coach or getting a wellness program going is first, maybe you feel like you don't have the time, or maybe you feel you can't afford to have a personal trainer or a health coach or whatever that can help you do that. So with that in mind, we developed this program that all the components are really easy to do. They're basic, simple things that we know will give you good results. They're time efficient. They're easy to incorporate into your busy schedule, and you're going to have me as your coach. So you're going to have a coaching session with me for each week. It's a 3 week program where you're going to design all three components of your program: the mental, emotional component, the physical component, your nutrition, your exercise, your sleep, and then how to put it all together and how you can actually implement it and stay consistent so you get the results you want. So you have me as your coach 3 times in this, and when you work with me, right, John, you will be successful. That's right. So that's going to be ready to go here very shortly. If you go to agelesslivinglifestyle.com/results, and you'll see that program there. And now I say the best news for last. It's only $297. So you
Fantastic.
get you get all this coaching, you get all the information you need, a wealth of information and bonuses, and you're going to be able to develop your personal wellness program in just 21 days, and it's only $297. So we'll let you know more about that, but I highly recommend you give it a try. I know it's going to work for you. You'll be really happy that you did.
Absolutely, Rico. I would like to just add on what you're offering there is really those 21 days and to get personal coaching from you on this. And you're a tremendous person to be leading by example. And to be able to lead by example and doing these 21 days with personal coaching involved, that is priceless. I think it's priceless.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so that $297 is a fantastic opportunity for people to get healthier.
So that's why we put it together for you because we want to help as many people as possible. So we don't want anybody to be nobody left behind, right, John? So
That's right.
so you can't have the excuse that you don't have time because this is a really time efficient program. You can't use the excuse that it costs too much or that you don't know, you're not sure that it's going to work. Well, I guarantee you, we've been doing this for 42 years. We know what works, what we'll get the results for you. So we look forward to working with you. So I think we're just about out of time, John. So we got to wrap it up. So I want to thank everybody for being here and tell your friends about the Fearless Aging podcast. You can find it on all the major podcast platforms. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. And we put all this information uh, in the show description and also how you can contact John to learn more about how you can get involved with Cafe Pure Healthy Coffee. So what are your
Yeah.
last words, John?
One thing I'd like to add, my last words are we are a connection point. We are you and I with our podcast is a great way for people to connect to something that can really make a lift difference in their life. And what we're doing is March 7th, 8th, and 9th. We're giving a free, you and I, Rico, are going to be interviewing 20, you and I are going to be interviewing experts. There's going to be 21 experts, and the categories are wealth, well-being, and wisdom. You and I are doing the well-being part. We're going to be interviewing experts on these things, and it's all about no more 9 to 5 lifestyle summit is what it's called. And this is going to be not only, I wouldn't say it's disruptive, it's something that is the time has come for us to make some changes in our lives so we can be healthier.
Yeah, and have more wealth and have more well-being and definitely more wisdom. We can definitely use more wisdom in the world, right, John?
Absolutely. And it's a free summit, and we will give you all the information on it. And we will have these 21 expert speakers that could pertain to you in so many different ways about wealth, well-being, and wisdom. And that's basically what we're offering here, Rico, for free also. So, we are a great connection point, and we would love to get anybody interested in better health to come with us.
Yeah, thank you very much for John. Okay, that's it. So thanks very much for being here. Again, tell your friends about the Fearless Aging podcast. Also, you can subscribe to our channel. We'll put all the information in the channel. And as always, knowledge without action is useless. So go out and take action on what you learned today. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you.